じゃがバター。
じゃがバター。
なんかおつまみ的な感じ。あ、キムチ。
キムチ。
はい。
I think it's perfect.
Oh, okay. Oh, and I should say from Seiji hello to you.
What?
Hello from Seiji to you.
Ah.
Because I told him today we will do the interview and meet, and then he said, "Oh, I'm jealous. I want to, but he has to work." And then he said, "Oh, please say hi." Okay.
Thanks the same. I have.
すみません。これおかわりください。はい。
Hola a todos, ¿qué tal? Estoy aquí con Julia.
Hi.
Una chica alemana que lleva 5 años viviendo aquí en Japón, ¿vale? Y está casada con un japonés, un cantante japonés, y nos conocimos porque me hizo un tatuaje en la pierna. A tattoo, ashi, a hidari no ashi.
Hidari no ashi.
Hidari no ashi. Ay, así improve my English. Japanese and all. Lo mejoro todo, ¿vale? Pues nada, simplemente le propuse hacer una pequeña entrevista y me dijo que sí. Entonces estamos aquí en un Izakaya comiendo pues unos yakitoris, cositas de queso,
Cheese.
y unas cervezas.
Cheers.
Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Es la primera entrevista que hago en inglés, ¿vale? My. Watashi no. Es una locura. Llega un momento que hablo 3 idiomas y ya no sé en lo que hablo. Pues eso, una entrevista, es la primera que hago en inglés y mi inglés es muy malo, lo siento, pero espero que lo entendáis, ¿vale? Well, we are here with Julia. How are you? Genki desu ka?
Genki desu. I'm fine.
Tell us about you. Who are you? Where you come?
Yeah, my name is Julia. I'm 29 years old.
Oh.
I come from Germany, and I'm living in Japan since 5 years now. And
you make tattoos.
Oh yeah, I make tattoos since 1 year.
It's a surprise, right? Because nobody thinks about it.
No, never.
When was the first time to come to Japan?
The first time was in 2006, and
9 years ago.
Yeah, and it was when I did my school graduation. The highest one in Germany, I don't know, it's called like Abitur, and it's the highest graduation in school. And we had a huge holiday before all the graduation tests. And normally every person would learn, but no, I went to Japan. Oops.
But why?
Because
you like...
It was my dream. It was my dream to go to Japan one time because I read a lot about Japan in magazines, and then I got really curious about Japan, and I decided I wanted to go. My mother said to me, "Okay, if you finish the graduation, I will present you a trip to Japan." I don't know, but it turns out so I got the present before my graduation. Lucky. But
you know, mother's love, maybe.
Yeah, mother's love. Thank you, mother. But I did the graduation, so it was a win-win situation for both sides. Yeah, so because of that, so I was really interested and curious about Japan, and because I only read about it, so I wanted to visit and see it myself.
But just, you know, the thinking was like, I want to go to Japan one time in my life, right? Or
that moment it was like, okay, I want to go one time, at least one time, because it was a huge wish and a huge curiosity about this culture. So I really want at least go one time and see how it is.
It was the same for me.
Yeah.
And which places you saw?
In 2006?
Yeah.
Only Tokyo. Only Tokyo, and I stayed at a guest hotel, at a guest house. It was in Asakusa. And so pretty far away from all the local other things in Tokyo. But it's such a beautiful place because you have a famous river, you have the Acai Brewery, you have the, okay, not that time, but now you have the Sky Tree and a huge famous shrine and temple area and a small, the oldest amusement park of Japan.
Yeah. Insert the interview of Sonia here. We talk in we talk in Spanish about that kind of things. This park.
It's so cute, but it's really painful to ride the roller coaster because it's just too old and
How many days you come?
I came for 2 weeks the first time. Yeah, 2 weeks and only Tokyo.
Two weeks in Tokyo. You know, in Tokyo, you can saw Tokyo in 7 days.
Yeah.
The important and famous places.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks, you have a lot of time that you can do what you want every.
Yeah, the thing for me was it was my first time abroad, really far away from Germany and a totally different culture. So 2006 there were barely people who can speak English, so it was really difficult to communicate with Japanese people.
Yeah.
And,
you didn't know nothing
nothing. Maybe konnichiwa or
sumimasen.
Yeah, or kawaii or something like this. Sumimasen, no, I didn't know that at all. And I was really young, so my problem, okay, for me it was no problem because it was the first time and everything was like, wow, amazing, Tokyo, wow. And so, I don't know, maybe I've been to Akihabara 3 or 4 days, so, and I was happy, I was such a happy girl, and now I don't know, in Akihabara maybe 2 times a year or something like that, but I didn't know about the, how can I say, the suburbs. So I just knew about Shibuya, Akihabara, and the famous places. The places you see on the television, in movies, or in the, I don't know, the guides. So it was a problem because I didn't have a guide. And I was there by my own, and the first time in a totally different country, culture, and no English. and
in that time we don't have smartphones and that kind of things.
Exactly. So
more difficult.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I didn't had a photo camera as well, so I just memories all here. So it's so nice and
you enjoy more what you are.
You see and you actually absorb much more. So if you're around with a camera, of course I love taking pictures with my camera or with my smartphone. I love it, but that time in 2006, that legendary time, without mobile and I don't know, smartphone internet, and how did I survive? I don't know, but as far as I remember, those 2 weeks in Tokyo were really packed, and I had a lot of fun, and I saw a lot of Tokyo, but now it's totally different because now I know so many places, and I wouldn't go and recommend some of those famous places. So, for example, I said to you, you should go to Takao-san, the mountain or something. It's still Tokyo. It's still the Tokyo area. Yeah, so Tokyo is huge. And
because from Shinjuku to Takao is 1 hour.
Exactly. It's 1 hour by train, but it's still Tokyo. And if you go the other direction, 1 hour again, it's still Tokyo, and you are in, I don't know, riversides and can do barbecue in summertime. And it's amazing. It's really amazing, and it has so many faces, even with the famous places or like spots right now. So now we're in Koenji, and it's like the punk town of Tokyo. So it's really amazing, and I didn't know that in 2006. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't know until I meet you. So.
Oops. I hope you like it.
Yeah. I love. Os recomiendo venir a Koenji. Es realmente muy guapo. Es precioso. Se parece bastante, entre comillas, a Nakano en cuanto a ambiente, pero es más una zona de música, de punkarradas y cosas así.
Punkarrada.
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 Punk. Hi.
Punkarrada. Nice.
Sure, you think Japan is very different from the rest of the world?
Yes.
You
definitely.
fell in love with Japan?
Yeah. Definitely. Both.
Because
yes.
of that, you are here living.
Yeah, exactly. So, so it's really, really different. But I don't know why, but I got in contact, of course, from animation, from anime and manga. And
what was your first manga or anime or?
Sailor Moon. And in the name of the moon, I will punish you. Yeah, that's Luna. Luna, the realistic Luna, the angry realistic Luna. Yeah, and then I read the magazines about the Japanese culture, and I got more interested. And then my first time in 2006, and then so actually when I reached in 2006 the first time to Japan, it was like oh, I'm home feeling. So I really I came back home. So it was really strange at the first time, because I felt like this I don't know, totally strange culture, and I couldn't communicate it all. But when I reached and I walked along the streets, I just felt home. And that was a really huge feeling and really nice experience. So when I went back to Germany, I decided to come back again, and that was 2009. That was for 3 weeks.
So before you come here for life, for make your life, you come twice? Or?
Exactly. So I went
for holiday.
Yeah, just for holiday, and to be sure, I really want to come here for working holiday or something like that. But the working holiday thing, I decided spontaneously. So it was more like, oh, I want to come again because I had that I feel home feeling. So I came again, and I went to Osaka and Kyoto and Tokyo again for 3 weeks, and I had the same feeling again. So I just said, oh, wow, okay, I want to come again, but I don't know when. And then just my working situation and everything in Germany changed, and the feeling went bigger, and then I started to make plans inside my head to go there with working holiday visa. And then I just said, it was really spontaneous. I woke up and went to the company and was like, oh, I really don't want to be here anymore. And okay, tomorrow I decide I will talk to my boss and I will check everything with the working holiday visa, how it works, and then I will quit the job and go to Japan. And I did it. I just did it. And it was the best feeling to sign that contract to cancel, to quit my job. It was the best feeling.
I think maybe when you return to Germany, you every time was thinking about Japan and your trips and you know, for me, coming to Japan, it was like a change in my mind. The way you're thinking, some kind of change happens to me. Maybe for you too, or
in 2006, because I was still young. It was like just a huge experience, and just the thing that I know myself. I felt home in Japan. That was the most thing I took from 2006. It didn't change me, but it changed like the home feeling. So in Germany, I didn't feel home anymore, or less than before. And so when I came again in 2009, I had the same feeling again, and that was a sign for me to live there longer. But the real thing I really learned about Japan is like not when I came here for holiday, because I knew I go back and it's just 3 weeks, just 2 weeks. It's just not enough to learn about the real culture and the real local things and the real human beings.
You're fast.
Beer.
No, the Japanese life. She becomes a ninja.
Don't tell them. No ninja.
Nashi. Ninja nashi.
Damn it. So I really learned something about Japan and took home from Japan when I started living here for a longer time. So when I lived here, I don't know, maybe for 2 or 3 months, I already learned much more about the culture, except when I've been there for 2 or 3 weeks, it's just not enough to.
So the first time you come for leave, it was for 3 months, or?
No, the first time was 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, just holiday, and for living it was 1 year. So the working holiday was 1 year. But
that's the maximum time of that visa.
Exactly. But I had the luck. It wasn't luck at all, but a huge experience. So I came to Japan starting my working holiday in 2011, February. That means March. There was the huge earthquake, right? So I've been in Japan when the huge earthquake happened.
Okay.
Yep. That was an experience. So that was a really huge experience. My mother said, please come back because of the power plant in Fukushima. But I was like just starting my working holiday visa, and if I go back and don't request a new visa before that I want to come back, it will erase and you can't come back again. So I just stayed around 1 month, not even a month, around 1 month in Japan, and just had to leave because my mother said, please come back. But I said no, and then I went to Osaka because it's more far away from Fukushima and the radiation. And I've went there with the Shinkansen. So the other Shinkansen didn't run because of the aftershocks. So I had luck to get the one who still runs. And then I got another call from my mother, come back. I don't care where you're, just come back. Because if this thing blows more up, or I don't know what else, it's just, Japan is just dead. So I said to my mom, okay, I will go back to Germany. And I took a flight. But this flight, so all the flight companies that time, one-way ticket was like 7,000 euros at Lufthansa. 7,000 euros.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I paid 5,000 euros.
Really?
Yeah, and it was not even a one direction. It was like with a stop in between.
Yeah.
So it's really too expensive. Normally you pay for a one-way ticket like 800 euros, or most expensive like 1,300 euros. They just took from us 5,000 or 7,000 euros.
So you paid, but
of course I had to pay because I had to go back because my mother were like freaking out and worrying a lot.
But you cancel it, or you come back to Germany?
I went back to Germany, but I said at the airport I want to come back to Japan. And I said at the airport, I really want to come back, and I don't want that my visa will be cancelled. And I didn't have the time to fill out the papers that I want the permission that I can come back again. And they said, okay, we will do it because it's a special situation because of the earthquake. And they said, okay, let's do it, and you will get a re-entry stamp. So I got a re-entry permission in my passport, and I just had the luck to come back. Yeah, so it was really nice. Yeah, it was lucky, but the flight ticket was too expensive.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they just used the situation. It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went back for 1.5 months, But this 1.5 months was like hell, because I was back in Germany and I just decided to live in Japan, and I didn't want to be in Germany, and I did like the 1,000 paper cranes. I did them in front of the television, like, oh, what happens? I want to go back. So really like, psycho. My mother was like, oh my god, she's so freaked out and worried a lot about me. But there was another thing which showed me how much I want to be in Japan. Yeah. So it was
really it was like a
good experience.
Proof you really want to come.
Exactly. It was a huge proof, because I decided myself I want to live in Japan even if there's an atomic catastrophe. So even if there's a huge earthquake. I decided to live in Tokyo, and I know there will be a huge earthquake in Tokyo as well. We don't know when, it could happen every day, but I decided to live in Tokyo. So I knew this country has everyday earthquakes, and I knew in Tokyo there will be a huge one. I couldn't imagine there will be one in over there, and with the power plant thing. So that's really bad, but it was an experience which showed me I really want to live in Japan.
How was felt the earthquake?
We had
because when I come to Japan 3 months ago, I felt 2 earthquakes.
Oh really?
But very small.
Yeah.
Like just
the last 3 months I didn't feel
just like and 1 minute and stop. Okay, but
it's like
yours is the big one.
Yeah, the funny thing is I knew about the earthquakes, and there was one bigger one day before. So it was like I felt like maybe my stomach hurts, or I don't know. I feel like dizzy. And then I asked my guest mother, because I was living with a guest family at that time, and I asked her, is there maybe an earthquake? And she was like, yes, there's an earthquake. And I was like, okay. So that was my first time experiencing an earthquake, and the next day was the huge one.
Okay.
So the next day I was lying on my bed, listening to music, and then it starts, and I was like, okay, it's normal, it's an earthquake like yesterday, it's normal, and it happens every day in Japan, so I don't care. But then suddenly it was like a huge vroom, and it's so strange, you hear the earthquake, because everything makes sounds. So suddenly it was like and I was like, okay, that's not normal at all. So I ran to the window and watched out, and the buildings seriously were like whoop, whoop, whoop,
moving.
Whoop. Yeah, like whoop, whoop, like swimming, like I don't know, like waving. So it was whoa, and I was like, okay, and I have to go to the farmer's site. So there, next to the guest house, was a farmer. A farmer.
Okay.
Yeah. So they had a huge open place, a safe place. So I run out, so down and then out, and that happens all in, I don't know, seconds, really seconds. And there was a wall, I climbed that wall, I don't know how, because the way back I couldn't climb it anymore.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, adrenaline, thank you. And then I jumped over that wall, I don't know how, so, and then just waited until the end, so I couldn't barely stand, so I was really like, whoa, 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 what the fuck, and all the sounds, and like the whoop, 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 the earth sound, and the, I don't know, the sirens of the cars, and the, I don't know, the emergencies, the sirens and stuff, so it's really like a movie, like wee, and the cars like pew, 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 and all the denchi, like the, how can I say, they have it over Earth, right? The connection, the electricity. So all that is like gang, 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 gang. And then the house is like whoop, 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 and me like whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really crazy. And but that moment it was really like adrenaline pour. And when it calmed down, the farmer came to me. And at that point I couldn't talk in Japanese at all, and he was like, "Dame, koko dame, koko dame," because I was standing on his field, and he just said to me, "Verschwinde, go away, go away." And I was like, "Oh wow, he's really angry." And sorry, but there just was a huge earthquake. But I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to save myself. And so first I was thinking it was an earthquake in Tokyo, but it wasn't, because when I came back, there were many aftershocks. So I started to clean up the flat because flowers went down and you had the earth thing. I had to clean up a lot. And but the aftershocks, and then again, and it fell down, and I was like, okay, no cleaning today. No cleaning today. And then I started turning on the television, and it was like with the power plant and the Fukushima, the tsunami, and then I was crying. Yeah, and then I went to the convenience store. Already so many people brought food and stuff, and it was really like a panic situation. But yeah, but it was okay.
It was empty or algo or something, the convenience?
There was still something like cup ramen or something like that, but the water, for example, was really low stocked. Yeah, because they watched the television and they saw about the radiation, I think, and they didn't know what to do because the Japanese news were like tsunami, and there's something happened with the power plant, but they don't know what, and they were like showing like just the explosion, but they say okay, it's still okay, and so they didn't want to cause some panic, because if you have a panic in Japan, especially in Tokyo, it wouldn't work out. It's just too many people.
So it was a very hard experience.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was my hugest one.
Okay.
That
was my next question.
Yeah. So from my life until now, it was the hugest one, the most intense one, and the most realizing one of myself. Yeah. It was. On the one side, of course, it was really bad. I was crying a lot because of the culture and the country itself, and I felt with them, and I was so sorry because within seconds so many people died and so many things destroyed, and it was really horrible. And on the other side, it was good for myself because I realized about how much I want to live in that country, and it was for me myself a great thing.
The last proof.
It's really approved, 100% approved. Of course, on the other side, a bad one too, but
let's talk about more happy
funny things.
Happy things.
Please. Beer, Japanese beer.
It's expensive.
Expensive, but delicious. Takai.
The Japanese food is awesome.
It's the best.
Which one is your favorite?
I love it's called the nabiyaki udon, and it's a soup base of mentsuyu, shoyu, and a little bit of mirin, and a little bit of cooking alcohol, and dashi. Dashi, yeah, it's like the fish powder kind of thing.
Okay.
And salt. That's all. And then you put in vegetables. Of course, you can put in some meat as well, but I prefer vegetables. Just vegetables.
Healthy.
Yeah. I only eat meat when I really want to eat meat. When I'm like, let's go hunt in the woods. I need a bear.
Niku tabe hodai.
Tabe hodai. Oh yes. And so I put in some carrots and carrots and shiitake mushrooms and an egg, and of course the noodles are udon noodles, and as a topping I do tempura. So ebi tempura, so it's shrimp tempura, and of course some vegetable tempuras. Delicious.
Ebi tempura is the best, I think.
But I love mushroom tempura, so every kind of mushrooms.
I never taste mushroom tempura.
Oh my god, you should. It's
okay. Okay. Before I come
especially
back.
Maitake.
Maitake.
Maitake is really strong taste, so it's really delicious. Really.
Maitake.
Maitake tempura.
Lo voy a apuntar.
Memo.
Memo.
Memo. どういたしまして
I don't forget.
Nice.
どういたしまして
I'm a good sensei.
Yeah. She's teaching to me some words.
It's because you are under pain, so you will remember it.
You are married with a Japanese singer.
Yeah.
How is be married with, you know?
Oh yeah.
I don't say it before, but she's married with a Japanese guy.
God. Single, a bad member.
Yeah, and he sings in a band. The style of music is like I don't know how to define.
Like a metalcore kind of thing, like a corn, and I don't know what kind of band, like a mixed kind of thing. So it's like
Very noisy, okay?
rock, and
Like,
he's like shouting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some melodic parts as well. So like yeah, and then again. So it's like a panic kind of thing. It's normal. It's because he's not. Yeah, he's a singer, but it's like his hobby.
Yeah.
So he's more like the guy I'm married to. So he's not. It's not special if he's a singer or not, because in Japan, especially in Tokyo, you have every second person has a band or is doing music as a hobby. So it's nothing special. But it's nice because he's a creative person. So he is the vocalist, so he has to think about the lyrics. Yeah, so he's a creative boy. Yeah, it matches because I'm a creative kind of girl too, so doing some art, and he just changed his job, so he's doing some silver accessories now. So he's creating.
Tell to our viewers the name of the band, or maybe if he has a website. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they have a website, but they don't use it. So it's really, if I check it, there are not really news on it. So it's like more like a startup kind of thing. But the band is called Distorted Veins. Distorted Veins.
Oslopanwaki. I'm going to write like right here.
You're so kind. And they have actually some videos on YouTube. So if you search for Distorted Veins, you can see some videos some other guys uploaded.
Yeah. How is in Japanese? Her husband.
Her husband. 彼女の旦那. Danna is husband. Or otto. So it's nice because he's creative and I'm creative, and that just matches perfect.
Yeah, I only know him from twice, but it's a very the impression. Yeah. Okay. For me, it was very nice and very funny, a very funny guy, and I have some nice memories.
Nice,
Yeah.
Normally Japanese people say, oh, he looks so evil or he looks so scary because all his piercings and the dreadlocks and I don't know, the tattoos, and it's not typical in Japan. It's like a no-go. And so normal persons would like, oh, I have to change the side where he's walking. So it's really like, oh, I'm scared of him. But if you speak with him, he's so kind. He's like a tiny little bunny and like, oh. Sorry, Seiji, you're so manly.
You just want to hug him and
I you're so kind.
How you meet Seiji?
Oh, we met on the pen pal.
On the
Pen pal? It's like tegami tomodachi. It's like how can I say, letter friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was online. There was like a web page, and this web page is like for finding a pen pal. And I wanted to write with a Japanese person, and so I searched for pen pal in Japan. And the other side, Seiji wanted to have a pen pal in overseas. So we got in contact and we wrote each other letters really letters. We wrote letters to each other, and then there was Christmas, and yeah, and we sent it Christmas presents to each other with German snacks, and I got Japanese snacks, and it was really so sweet. But we were friends, of course, friends, because it's like we don't know for real.
But you were in Germany?
In Germany, yeah, exactly, and he was in Japan.
I think it was when you stayed here in Japan.
No, we knew before, but we were friends, really just friends. Of course, contacting a lot. So first with letters, then with emails, and sometimes. No, I was slow.
Twice, damn it.
Yeah, the beer is counting it. Then Skype, and then email. Yeah, then I told Seiji about, I will go to Japan for working holiday and let's meet or something. And then we shared by email when I got the phone number. So when I got a mobile phone in Japan, I sent him my mobile phone number, and maybe 1 or 2 days later, I got a phone call from him, and he was talking like this, usa usa usa, usa usa usa, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What is that? And we had like an insider joke. So he was like the bunny boy, and I was like the cat girl, because he loves bunnies and I love cats. And so in Japan, a bunny, a rabbit is usagi. So the sound of a bunny is usa usa usa, because usagi. So he called me like that, and I was like, okay, what should I say? And it's the first call I got on this phone, and we don't know how to communicate because his English wasn't so good, and my Japanese I couldn't speak at all. But then he said just usa usa usa, and then maybe 1 minute or something like that, and I was like just laughing and like, what the fuck? But it was so funny. And then he just shut down the call. And I got a message, okay, how about meeting tomorrow? And I was like, okay, cool, let's meet. And then we met, and it was the first meeting, and we talked a bit, of course, first in English because no Japanese. But it was nice because we didn't use a lot of words, but we felt comfortable. So we didn't talk a lot, but even with silence, we felt comfortable. That's a great sign.
I think that's the more important.
Yeah, it's important. So silence, no talking, but you feel comfortable and you don't feel like, what should I say? There's a break. Oh my god, panic. He's cute, right? I told you.
In that time, he sing yet or?
Of course. He had another band before, and before that as well. So he changed the bands a lot. So Distorted Veins is actually pretty new. So it's like those band members now, like 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So it's pretty new, but it's stable now. Before he played like other styles and other band members. The name was different. So now he's really happy with his band. And that's really nice. Yeah, me too, because he seems to have a lot of stress before, and when they changed the band and the band members and all the friends together, and he really went happy and
he enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, and no stress anymore, and that was great. A good choice. Yeah, and then we dated, and then someday he just took my hand in the park, but I wasn't sure still. Well, of course I felt really comfortable with him, but I didn't know how to make it official or not official, so I didn't have a word for it, if it's now a relationship or not. Because Japanese people, they're really shy, and even Seiji, with his look, he is really shy. But he did action and took my hand. Yeah, and I don't know, the big earthquake happened, right? And I just said to him, I would come back and please wait, and he waited. And after the earthquake, I was living for 4 months in Osaka. Because I promised to my mother, because it's more far away from Fukushima. So This time I visit him in Tokyo again for a weekend. He visited me in Osaka. Next to Osaka is Kobe. And in Kobe he has family, his sister with her husband and her children. And he introduced me to his family, to his sister. In Japan, it's a really, really important thing if somebody introduces you to your family members. It's really official. So they really are seriously about you when they introduce you to some family members. Yeah, he showed me his hometown, and he actually...
He's from Kobe?
Yeah, he's from Kobe, and he had the huge Kobe earthquake as well. So the one with the huge fire, and so many people died, and so it was a really horrible experience for him, but like a trauma kind of thing. But he told me about everything like this again, so like the details. So for example, this bridge and this train line just went down a crushed stone, and there was a huge fire, and here at the convenience store I saw a man without a hand because it was just cut it off, and yeah, something like that. So but it was really like intense because he introduced me to his family members, and he introduced me to his hometown, and he visited me because it's nice because I was in Osaka, in Tokyo. I said I come back, he waited, and we met each other again. And then someday I said to him, oh, I want to move to Tokyo because of my job situation, because it's easier to find a job in Tokyo. Then he said, why don't you live at my place until you find an apartment? And I said, okay, that's really nice of you. Okay, let's do that. And then it was like a proof kind of thing. So if we can live together without fighting or something like that and feeling comfortable and don't get annoyed from each other, it's a good sign, and maybe we are an official couple. And we just live until now together, and we are a perfect couple, and we married, and
5 years.
It just happened. Yep. That's how I met Seiji.
It's a nice story.
Yeah, it's kind of drama because of the earthquake and meeting there, meeting there.
Maybe someday there's a movie or...
Yeah. I should produce a movie.
Maybe watashi tachi movie o tsukurimasu.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Super, sí.